This is the Ulanzi WL-1 lens, a 52mm two-component lens which you screw together, which consists of the small one I'm turning now. Here is the 52mm macro, and on top of it is a wide-angle lens. Now this has often been said is a must-have accessory, as I also said in my previous episode. You see the link here. Now the big question is, do you really need it? About the Sony ZV-1, it's well known that once you go into active stabilization, your field gets really narrow. And I mean really narrow. I'm at far more than arm's length. I'm a big guy, and as you can see, I'm almost in your face. And one thing I would really like to bring to your attention, that once you order this lens, you get it with a little mount which you have to stick onto your lens. Now I didn't like it from the beginning because it involved me screwing the lens on and screwing it off. It takes me too much time. So I really looked at what can I get to allow me that bit of flexibility to just click on and click off. So something magnetic, and I found the Magnetic Fitler 52mm thread. This was also used for the RX series for Sony. So what you do is, and this is the great thing, here you have the macro lens. You just screw it on and we're still in active state. You go in here, you attach it to your lens, and suddenly you have a far more wider view. And this is where the lens is predominantly promoted for, is, oh guys, let's see, 4K has an insane crop factor, so the field gets very narrow. You do need this to record when you're walking around because you need the stabilization. Well, yes, there's definitely a good point to that. What this will also allow is, if you're in, let's say, non-stabilized mode, 4K or HD, because HD, let's face it, offers far more frame rates. So let's go back into the standard. This is the stabilization here turned off, so you pretty much see it's extremely wide. I'm fully in frame in all my glory. So, okay, let's take this off. Lovely, isn't it? No screwing, take it off. There's one thing about this lens which I haven't seen in many reviews, is the fact the macro lens is always mentioned in photography respect. But what I found out about this lens is it's awesome for filming, and I'd almost say this is better than the wide angle even, because once you're on non-stabilized, and for talking heads, let's face it, why would I stabilize? Yeah, when you're standing still somewhere, just don't use the active state. Just get it handheld, and it is much better if you do it in handheld. As I can see here, this is now my normal thing. I'm still a bit there. Yes, you can put it on, but it's far more cooler not to. Anyways, back to the macro lens. This thing becomes very interesting to create very cool cinematic shots. Yeah, I'm now filming this on 1/50th of a second with an f-stop of 2.5. So it's not the widest aperture. Now let's just go in there. Let's put this on. Here it is on, and as you can see, my facial detection works, but you can't see me. Once you want to do a product review, like for instance here is the top of the lens. Now I'm almost, it is still in focus, Here I'm almost against the lens, I'm barely touching it, I think it's 2 centimeters. And you basically, up there you see me. And you basically have a great product shooting, which can look pretty cinematic. Here's a little example. Pretty much get it out of focus very easily, very much into it, which for me was the biggest revelation about this lens, is that it's excellent for producing any kind of close-up B-roll. Now the downside of it is that minimum focusing distance is insane, but this will stick out of your lens, so you can't always do those kind of cool top shots. But personally, it is fantastic for me, and this is where I'm probably going to use it more for than the wide angle, because I think from talking heads, the vlogging thing, walking on the street, I'm doing as well. But what I've discovered here is, yeah, this camera is pretty much okay for filming, and if you want to know more, check out my next episode, the review in 2022. So basically, does the Sony ZV-1 deliver on its promise? What are the goods, what are the bads, and what are the extremely uglies? And again, how does this little beast, the ZV-1, compare to my DJI Pocket 2, which I've been using for a lot of similar activities? That's one coming up as well. So anyways, thank you very much. Stay tuned, stay happy. See you next time.